Avocados are very good examples of laxative that will help with the baby not to constipate. It's going to help the baby open their bowels very well. Hey awesome viewers, join me, the nutritionist on two wheels, as we ride into a world of healthy living, tasty eats and epic adventures. Hello. My current location is Kamiti. Kamiti is somewhere between Ruiru and Kiambu. So I am heading towards Thika Road, but I don't want to use this Kamiti Road, nitoke pale kunaitwaje Mirema. That road is way busy, so I prefer using Kiambu Road. Then I'm going to cut across through ridges. Assuming this road, I'm not very sure, it should lead me to Kirigiti. That's just before Kiambu town. Ama naweza kuwa nimejipoteza. Hata tukipotea, this is just is a random. Niko sawa, niko safe. This is Kiambu High. Okay, so the whole point of me doing these videos, I want to be talking about nutrition, anything nutrition related, different topics, we discuss. To information. So kando na hiyo pia, we just want to, we can explore, we can have adventures together. Just how I post videos, nimeenda mahali, So anything bikes, anything nutrition. Previously, I have done a video on exclusive breastfeeding, where we talked about what that is, for how long it should be done. Tukasema 6 months. Tukaongelea benefits of exclusive breastfeeding to both mother and child. Okay. Tukasema nini ingine, situations where it's not possible. So this place is called Kirigiti. So when you take the third exit that takes you to Kwa Michael, that will take you to Kiambu town. Even this one will still take you to Kiambu. Mnasikianga Miga, it's that third exit. So here I'm going to join Kiambu Road. breastfeeding. So exclusive breastfeeding is when you feed the baby for 6 months without giving any food or water, but you can give supplements or medication. That is under the supervision of a doctor or dietitian. Haya, so mtoto amefika 6 months. What next? So by the time the baby is turning 6 months, the breast milk is not sufficient to meet all the nutritional requirements for the baby for optimum growth and development. Remember, we want this baby to thrive. Wacha tani zile Google Maps nilikuwa nimehakisha in case I was not sure where I was going. Haya, fine. No, I think I need to stop so that I can remove my phone. And my phone, my bike, let me take care neutral. Let me just put my phone away for a second. Okay, fine. Okay. So remember, the goal is to make sure that the baby is thriving. We don't want any opportunistic diseases. We want the baby's immunity to be high. And this will achieve through exclusive breastfeeding. The baby hardly falls sick. And if they do, recovery is very high. So that is why we go to the clinics to check the baby's weight. How is this baby growing? How is the length, head circumference? Those clinics are very important. Those routine monthly checkups and the routine vaccination. Higher. So let's say the baby is 6 months. If it's a girl or boy, kuna ile booklet yenye mnakwanga mmepatiwa, they're able to see along the graph how the baby's weight is. But the baby should double the birth weight by 6 months. So kama mtoto alizaliwa na 3.4 kgs, by 6 months anafaa kuwa 6.8 kgs. So back to food. So when you introduce foods, this baby is supposed to eat everything. Whatever the family eats, the baby should also eat. Hakuna cha certain foods will react to the baby, apana. So if it is porridge, you're better off giving the baby either maize flour. Avoid using so many mixtures of flour. Though the disadvantage of pure wimbi is it may cause constipation. So there you need to observe, and you also make sure that you give the baby water. Then so you can start with porridge in a day, and then you see the baby's stomach is very small. It's like the size of an egg, so you don't need to give a lot. 2 to 3 tablespoons or even less. That will be like 40 ml or even less, depending on the baby. Alafu, remember, there are certain cues that you can check. You can see when you started feeding the baby was very receptive. Alafu, at one point, the baby turns the head away. That could be a sign of fullness. So you also observe. It's cast on stone that it is said that we need to give the baby 3 tablespoons and that is it. No. And then when you're making the porridge, you make it the normal way. And it shouldn't be very fine. It shouldn't be light. The thickness equal to normal, like yogurt. It's not runny. Like when you put the porridge on a spoon, itatoshea tu, haitamwagika, isikwe light. And also not extremely thick. Okay. So as I mentioned, the baby should eat the same thing as an adult would eat. So by that it means the baby's food should be balanced. It needs to have carbohydrates, proteins, fats, and fruits and vegetables. Because every food group plays an important role. I pause. This area is called Ndegwa. And this Kiambu Road imegrow nayo. So I think this is the main road. The main road rather. Hey, hadi walitamakiwa. I hope zilingia mpaka huko ndani. Hii tarmac, it's just not over here. Let me peep. Oh, nice. Okay. Hello. Carbohydrates are the energy given foods. Kina potatoes, sweet potatoes, arrowroots, butternut, rice, ugali, you name it. So that is what, those are the foods that will make the baby's weight to go up. Proteins are responsible for growth and development. Proteins will also make sure that the baby's immunity is also is not compromised. Fats as well. You need to use oil when preparing the baby's foods. You just don't boil, because one, an important role of fat or oil is to help in the absorption of fat soluble vitamins, vitamin A, D, E and K. Oh nice, even here they're putting tarmac. That's really nice. Okay. Hiya, I didn't leave this K-Mall. Hala. Okay. But development is good. Alright. Another role of fats is for insulation. You see babies who are very, very light, or what you call them malnourished, wale wadogo, like those ones are sick. Whenever they are admitted, you have to make sure that the room is warm. You don't want hypothermia affecting them. All the cells in the body also need fat. And then we have fruits and vegetables, because they are good sources of fiber and also vitamins and minerals. Hiya. So let's say you're making the baby's food. You have to incorporate, if it's potatoes, C2 potatoes and butternut, and that's it. No, you can either cook them separately or together, but make sure you use oil. For oil you can use butter, you can use coconut oil. Olive oil, you don't heat it. Okay, so remember, because at 6 months the baby is very small, this baby cannot chew, so texture is very important. As we said, the thickness will be like that of porridge. So at 6 months you can blend the food, but we really discourage sieving of the baby's food, because when you sieve you end up retaining fiber. You also don't want the baby to be constipated. Fiber is what forms the stool. So if you remove fiber and the baby is also not getting enough water, the baby is going to get constipation. Right. So let's say I was given an example. You can take potatoes. I'm now joining in northern bypass. You can take potatoes and butternut and green peas and some carrots or spinach, and then you use oil, mix them up, and then now you blend it so that it's fine, it's smooth, and then now you give the baby. Portion tumesema 2 to 3 tablespoons. So this baby, you can feed the baby twice or thrice in a day. You can start with porridge, more often than not, carbohydrates do not affect the baby. The baby is not going to get an allergic reaction. Animal proteins is where the issues is where you need to be very observant. Now, by animal proteins we mean eggs, meats, could be beef, chicken, fish, liver. So we stopped telling people to wait until the baby is 8 or 9 months, then you can introduce animal protein. So the earlier you introduce these foods, the lesser the chances of an allergic reaction. So, but what you do, let's say you've given the baby red meat. You wait for 3 to 5 days before introducing any other meat. That way, in case of an allergic reaction, you'll be able to tell. And in most cases, the baby will react as soon as they have ingested the food. Sawa? Hata kaa 2 days and then ushtukie there are rashes. And sana allergic reactions to proteins, the baby will get rashes, what we normally call eczema, where on the arms where the joint is, or even the legs, sometimes even the face. But eczema could also happen because of heat or even the neck. So you pay attention. So don't fear to give the baby animal proteins. Apana, it's the best source of protein. It's what we call high biological value proteins. Haya, hata hiyo good. Let's say you've boiled the meat. So that stock, the soup that you get, in fact you can even store. If you're even making food for the household, when you get the beef stock, you can store it in the freezer. Then whenever you're preparing the baby's foods, that is what you're going to use when blending instead of adding water. That's another way of enriching that baby's food. Also, when you cook the baby's food, you're using oil, you end up enhancing flavor. The food it doesn't taste bland. I don't know if you have ever tried to eat blended food. It's not very appealing. Okay? Higher. So the legumes, they're also plant proteins. They have a bit of protein and also they're sources of carbohydrates. So those ones they don't have all the essential amino acids. So what you can do, you can be giving plant proteins. This place is too windy. Let me slow down. This is Northern Bypass. This is the Catholic church. It's going to be very beautiful. It's called St. Gabriel. So I was saying you can give plant proteins 4 times a week, then animal proteins 3 times a week. But remember to introduce one animal protein at a time. And vegetables should be a constant. You can give any type of vegetable of your choice, from carrots to eggplants to courgettes to spinach to mboga za kienyeji, whatever works for you, you give, and then that makes a meal for the baby. Higher fruits also play around with different types of fruits. Even the citric fruits, oranges, there's nothing like the vitamin C is going to make the baby's teeth to erode. Nope. Oranges or pineapple. Avocados are very good examples of laxative that will help with baby not to constipate. It's going to help the baby open their bowels very well. Even prunes, these dried plums, they're also very good. It's something you can incorporate into the diet. Mtoto apatiwe. Bananas are okay. Pawpaw, well, pawpaws, in terms of for adults, pawpaw is a laxative, but for babies, what I have noticed, it varies. There are certain babies when they're given pawpaw, they constipate, and others are okay. So again, please observe. Remember, we are all different, all of us. And babies, they are individuals, right? So how they react when they eat certain types of food, if you see this food didn't go well with the baby, you withhold it. But also remember, we're introducing something new to this baby's diet. So tuseme umemtengenezea waru na spinach na nyama, and then the first bite the baby the facial expression is quite something, like they haven't enjoyed the meal. You won't say that this baby does not like that food. You're supposed to give a baby a certain food like 30 or 300 times, like so many times, until you're able to come to a conclusion that this baby does not like this food. Because you can give the baby the same type of food a second and third time and uone anakula vizuri. So do not be quick to give up. Higher. So for the fruits, that is something you can give in between. Something else you can give from 6 months is yogurt, and not cow milk, not milk. You give the baby yogurt. Yogurt is okay. One thing, this product is fermented, or maziwa mala, so it has what we call probiotics, and probiotics are the good bacteria found in the gut. Now remember, even when we are talking about exclusive breastfeeding, we also talked about the main source, the carbohydrate, also has oligosaccharides, which normally acts as food for probiotics. So we want the baby's gut to flourish. So this yogurt or mala is going to help the baby's gut. So please give the baby that. No, we don't give cow milk until the baby is 12 months. So don't start giving the baby. If your milk is not enough, you're better off giving the baby formula. So continue supplementing the baby's diet with formula if you're not breastfeeding. If you want, if you're not expressing anymore, during the day the baby can be given formula, and then ukirudi you breastfeed the baby. Remember, even from 6 months you still continue breastfeeding, and WHO guidelines state that we breastfeed even up to 2 years or more. Higher. Sawa. Water is also very important. This baby needs to be given water. Hata kama ni after every meal 30 ml kidogo kidogo. Hiyo itasaidia mtoto. The water plays a big role. Every function in the body depends on water. Movement of cells, brain, where joints, movement, maji. So water is important. Then because you'll find at 6 months the fluid requirement for a baby can be even up to 1,300 depending on the baby's weight. And we don't give cow milk up to 12 months because the digestive system still cannot break down the components of cow milk. Cow milk, the protein has more of casein molecules than whey. Na pia also amount of sodium in the baby's in the cow milk is also high. Now another important thing is salt. we need to add salt when you're cooking the baby's food, but you don't add a lot, just a pinch of salt. You can even add natural, this is nitrogen, herbs and spices, so long as they're not processed. The problem with most processed foods is they tend to add a lot of salt. So ginger, garlic, cinnamon is okay. Those are things you can add just to enhance. Like for example, if you're making porridge, you can add a bit of cinnamon and prunes to that uji, and the baby is going to enjoy. So I strongly believe when it comes to preparing the baby's foods, a lot of creativity and patience. Do the work. If you can prepare the baby's foods, please do. Usiachie mtu mwingine hiyo kazi. That way you know what the baby needs. You put your best foot forward, basically. Yeah. So as the baby grows, so does the amount of food need to increase. I think I will leave it at that. Please, if you have any comments, feel free to say or ask anything. Please like, share and subscribe to my channel. Until the next video, see you.